Hi students, this is Mahalakshmi. Today I'm going to teach Lines and Angles Introduction Part 2 video. Already I uploaded in Part 1 video the types of angles, 5 angles and lines introduction. Today I am going to teach the other types of angles. These are all new topics you had to learn in class 9 NCERT, right? So sixth type is complementary angles. So complementary angle means the measurement is exactly 90 degree. How to get 90 degree? The measurement of two angles. If you add two angles, angle A plus angle B is 90 degree. It may be the measurement should be different, but exactly it should be 90 degree. Okay. 60 plus 30 degrees 90 degree, 45 plus 45 is 90, 20 plus 70 is 90, 85 plus 5 is 90, 80 plus 10 is 90. So these are all called as complementary angles, right? And next type is supplementary angle. Supplementary angle is if you add two angles, the measurement should be 180 degree. It may be 130 plus 50 or 70 plus 110 or 150 plus 30, 160 plus 20 and so on. So these are all called as supplementary angles. And the next one is adjacent angle. So it is very important. It will be helpful to sort out the problems in exercises. So listen carefully. So how do we call as the angle should be adjacent? So this is observe the figure, and here there is a common vertex that is called as D, and here it is one arm that is DA, and this is DB, and this is DC, and DB is the common for both DA and DC. See here the angle CDB, right? So this one, this angle, and BDA, and these angles. The angle should be formed in between two rays, as I already mentioned in part 1 video. Okay. So CDB and BDA are the adjacent angles. The angle should be very closest to the given ray. There is a common arm for the both adjacent angles. So that is called adjacent angles. So DB is the common ray for both DC and DA. So this is called as adjacent angles. And how to write angles? This is very important. Many students got confused. So listen carefully. The center part, this is the common for both rays, right? So that center part should be mentioned in the middle of the measurements. So angle AOB. So like this, maybe you had to write like this, or angle BOE. The measurement should be in the middle of the given angle. So that the like that only you had to mention the angles, you had to write like this. So this is called as adjacent angles. And the next one is very important, linear pair of angles. Linear means what? Linear means straight, which means 180 degree, right? So observe the figure. This is one straight line, and in between I marked one point as O, and one ray is extended, that is called as OB, and AOB. In that one angle is formed, and in between BOC. So O is the common vertex, common arm for all the rays here. So these two are adjacent angles. If you add both these adjacent figures should be 180 degree. That is called linear pair of angles. So what we call as linear pair of angles are always adjacent angles. Adjacent angles means you know already, right? If you add both angles and there is one common vertex, it should be 180 degree, means that is called adjacent angles. And the next one, already we discussed supplementary angles also 180 degrees. So what is the difference between linear pair of angles and supplementary angles? Linear pair of angles are also the angle should be, if you add two angles, the result should be 180 degree. Also adjacent angles, the adjacent angles only if you add, then you will get 180 degree. But in supplementary, the angle should be 180 degree, but it it will not adjacent angles. The angle should not adjacent. Okay. So that is the difference between linear pair of angles and supplementary angles. One comparison figure I'm given here over there. Comparison of linear pair of angles and supplementary angles. So the figure here, this is A and this is O and this is B. So this is adjacent figure, right? So if you add 120 plus 60 is 180 degrees. So this is linear pair of angles, because already we know linear pair of angles are always adjacent angles. Observe here supplementary angle. Supplementary angle means it should not be adjacent angles, but the result should be 180 degree, right? So it is adjacent angles, and the supplementary angles are not adjacent angles. So this is the difference between linear pair and supplementary angles. So compare and study. So it will be helpful to sort out the problems given in the exercise. Okay, got it, students?